Welcome to Mission SONlight. During the third quarter of 2009, we are reporting from the South American Division. In addition to several island nations, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Ecuador, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay comprise this division. One unique characteristic of this division is the equator. This imaginary line in the north of the continent separates the northern and southern hemisphere of our planet. A number of sites have marked the line of the equator over many civilizations. In the countries of Bolivia, Brazil, Ecuador, and Peru, nearly 40% of the population is under the age of 15. Reaching the youth with the gospel is a primary thrust of the South American Division. Education as evangelism is one of the means that the Adventist Church uses to make a difference for young people who are seeking a better life. The work of the Adventist Church began in many of these countries in the early 1900s. Stories about Leo and Jesse Hallowell plying the waters of the Amazon, Fernando and Anna Stahl ministering to the people of Peru with the first Seventh-day Adventist missionary plane in South America, and other early missionaries to this area have enchanted many a young child on Sabbath mornings. Today, 2.6 million Seventh-day Adventists are part of the fruits of those early laborers for Christ. With more than 305 million people living and working in boundaries of the South American Division, there are many individuals who need to learn that Jesus is coming soon. Much of this work is directed from the division headquarters, which are located in Brazil's capital city, Brasilia.
The South American Division is a place of many differences, contrasts, and at the same time, blessings and opportunities. We are composed of 8 countries that speak mainly 2 languages, Portuguese and Spanish. We also have regions that speak Guarani, Aymara, and Romani. Dialects we have attempted to reach by producing materials and preaching the gospel to them.
Although there is a long history of outreach and ministry in this territory, there are still challenges that must be addressed. The 13th Sabbath offering this quarter will fund projects in 2 different countries in South America.
It is important to recognize that our leaders in our division occupy positions of responsibility. They are products of Adventist education, from the president of our division to our evangelists like Pastor Alejandro Bullion, and also pastors. Teachers in the areas of medicine, health, and administration were formed inside the Adventist educational system. They are people who inspire because they surrendered their lives to the Lord.
Part of the offering will go to the northern region of Brazil, where we have the North Brazil Union. We have a challenge in this area. We need to graduate pastors from that region to reach the challenges there.
Many of the obstacles that the early missionaries faced in terms of logistics and travel still exist in northern Brazil. Young people who have desired an education have had to travel far from their homes to attend school because of the lack of educational facilities in their own union.
The North Brazil Union is composed of the Amazon, which is one of the biggest regions of the country. Half of the country is reached by this union. There are many forests, rivers with boat travel, lots of dirt road travel, and small aircraft travel, which is the reason why it is not easy to find pastors to take care of this area.
Educational needs are also urgent in the country of Ecuador.
Ecuador Adventist Superior Technical Institute, located in Santo Domingo, in the valley below Quito, Ecuador, is the only institution of higher education operated by the Adventist Church in the country of Ecuador. Whatever we can do to reinforce the mission that this school has will benefit the youth and our future leaders of the church.
A portion of the 13th Sabbath offering will be used to upgrade classrooms, dormitories, and dining facilities to allow more students to be trained. Communicating Jesus by different methods is an important part of the outreach in the South American Division. In Ecuador, Radio Nuevo Tiempo is a voice that is heard by thousands of people. Upgrades are desperately needed to continue the efforts of this station. The 4 stations, which are a part of the Radio Nuevo Tiempo network, offer spiritual programming as well as Bible studies to listeners. Currently, over 1,000 people are enrolled in Bible studies, and last year 150 people accepted Christ as their Savior and were baptized as a result of the work of these radio stations.
We have a strong church here. We have missionary members. God has richly blessed us here with financial prosperity in some areas of the division, but more than that, with a church that is in love with preaching the gospel. But we have countries and regions where the financial difficulties are very large. We as a church are investing, but we need the help of our brothers and sisters in other parts of the world. God is working here, but He would like us to use people that would like to collaborate with this project.
Economic difficulties have affected people in every country on the earth. World events show that the time is short to tell the story of Jesus to those who have not heard of Him. Our earthly money will have no value in heaven, but to invest today in the gospel going to all the world will provide eternal value to our earthly gifts. How will you choose to invest your treasure on September 26th? Begin planning today for the offering you will bring on 13th Sabbath. Reporting from the South American Division, this is Mission SONlight.